Imagine coming home after a long day, expecting your furry companion to greet you with purrs and affection, only to find them retreating to the corner of the room, their eyes wary and distant. It's a subtle shift, almost imperceptible at first, but over time, it can signal that your cat no longer feels completely safe or connected with you. Many cat owners assume that providing food, toys, and occasional attention is enough to maintain a strong bond. Yet cats are far more sensitive than we often realize. Trust isn't built in a day, and it can be quietly eroded by habits that seem harmless. One of the most common mistakes is overhandling or forcing interaction. While it may feel loving to pick up your cat or hug them tightly, cats value control over their own space. Being lifted unexpectedly or held for too long can trigger stress, even if they tolerate it without obvious signs of aggression. Another subtle way trust diminishes is through inconsistency. Cats thrive on routine, not just for feeding schedules, but also for human behavior. If you alternate between loud, sudden outbursts and calm, gentle interaction, your cat may become unsure of when it's safe to approach. The unpredictability can make them hesitant to rely on you for comfort. Environmental stressors also play a role. Leaving a cluttered, noisy, or chaotic environment without considering your cat's comfort can make them wary of human presence. Cats have keen senses, and what seems minor to us, like a vacuum cleaner running or a door slamming, can feel threatening, gradually associating you with anxiety rather than security. Even subtle cues, like a tense posture when you enter the room or abrupt movements near their resting spots, can send a message that you are unpredictable or potentially dangerous. Another mistake lies in ignoring their body language. A tail flick, a slow blink, or a subtle ear twitch can communicate discomfort or hesitation. Yet many owners overlook these signs, pushing interaction at the wrong moments. Food-related habits can also inadvertently break trust, offering treats only to pull them away quickly, or using feeding as a way to lure your cat into handling, can make meals feel conditional rather than a moment of comfort and safety. Similarly, scolding or yelling at a cat for normal behaviors like scratching or climbing sends a confusing message. Affection is mixed with punishment. Over time, this creates anxiety, and they start avoiding closeness to avoid conflict. Even something as seemingly simple as ignoring them when they seek attention can erode trust. Cats are sensitive to emotional connection, and a lack of acknowledgement can feel like rejection, reinforcing distance between you. In these ways, a combination of well-intentioned but misguided actions can slowly chip away at the bond you've built, leaving your cat wary, cautious, or even resentful. Understanding these patterns is the first step toward repairing the connection and ensuring that your cat feels safe, valued, and truly understood. It's not about grand gestures, but about consistency, respect, and attentiveness to their subtle signals, which, when ignored, quietly unravel the trust that makes your relationship fulfilling. Even small, everyday actions can slowly chip away at the trust your cat has in you, often without you even realizing it. One of the biggest culprits is invading their personal space without invitation. Cats are creatures of habit and comfort, and their safe zones, whether a cozy corner, a high perch, or a favorite bed, are places where they feel in control and secure. Approaching them too quickly, reaching over their head, or startling them during rest can make them associate your presence with unease rather than comfort. Similarly, inconsistency in your responses can create confusion. If one day you allow certain behaviors, like jumping on counters or exploring a new area, and on another day you suddenly scold or shoo them away, your cat struggles to understand the boundaries. This unpredictability fosters anxiety and cautiousness, making them hesitant to engage with you. Another often overlooked mistake is neglecting their need for mental stimulation and safe exploration. Cats are naturally curious, and depriving them of opportunities to climb, hide, or play can lead to frustration. which may manifest as avoidance or even subtle aggression. Even toys in playtime, if handled incorrectly, can harm trust. Rough or overly aggressive play, chasing them when they don't want to engage, or teasing them with string or laser pointers without allowing them to catch. Anything can make playtime stressful instead of enjoyable. Hygiene routines, while necessary, can also be delicate moments. Nail trims, ear cleanings, or even brushing sessions can easily become associated with fear if approached too abruptly, without gradual acclimation or positive reinforcement. The way you handle other people or pets around your cat matters too. Cats notice tension, arguments, or loud visitors, and if these situations are frequent and your reaction doesn't provide reassurance, they may begin to see your presence as linked to stress rather than safety. Surprisingly, even your emotional state plays a role in how your cat perceives trust. Cats are highly attuned to human energy and body language, and repeated displays of anger, frustration, or impatience can slowly undermine their confidence in you. Over time, these subtle cues accumulate, forming a picture in their mind of a world where human interaction is unpredictable, confusing, or even threatening. Feeding habits, though seemingly positive, can also be mismanaged. Withholding food as a form of discipline, rushing their meals, or using feeding purely as a tool to lure them into handling can turn a daily comfort into a source of anxiety. Cats crave control and predictability, and when they sense they cannot trust the environment or the person caring for them, they will start retreating, observing from a distance, and avoiding engagement. Even if your intentions are loving, the consequences of these actions are real, slowly creating emotional walls between you and your cat. Understanding these subtle mistakes, how your approach, reactions, and environment influence their perception, is critical. Trust is fragile, and rebuilding it requires patience, attentiveness, and a willingness to respect your cat's boundaries, moods, and natural instincts. By recognizing the ways you might unintentionally cause stress or confusion, you open the door to re-establishing a relationship built on mutual understanding, safety, and affection. Each overlooked gesture may seem insignificant, but collectively, they can quietly dismantle the connection that makes your bond with your cat so special. Rebuilding a cat's trust once it has been weakened takes patience, observation, and a deep understanding of their world. Because cats are experts at reading subtle cues and quickly adjusting their behavior based on how safe they feel. One of the most powerful ways to restore that bond is by giving them control over interactions. Allow your cat to approach you on their own terms, and resist the urge to force affection or handling. No matter how much you long for closeness, respecting their choices, even if it means sitting quietly while they observe from a distance, signals that you are no longer a source of pressure or unpredictability. Creating a consistent routine is equally important. Cats find comfort in predictable patterns, from feeding times to play sessions, to quiet moments spent together. When they know what to expect, their anxiety diminishes, and their willingness to trust grows. Another key aspect is learning to read and respond appropriately to their body language. Slow blinks, gentle head nudges, relaxed posture, and tail position are all messages about comfort, curiosity, or hesitation. Responding to these cues with calm reassurance rather than forcing engagement strengthens their confidence in your presence. Playtime is also a vital tool for rebuilding trust, but it must be approached with care. Choose toys that allow your cat to express natural hunting instincts, such as wand toys or balls they can chase, and always allow them the satisfaction of catching or pouncing. Never use play as a means to tease or provoke, and avoid abrupt movements that startle them. Even grooming, which can be a bonding activity, must be handled gently and gradually. Short, positive sessions paired with treats or praise can transform previously stressful routines into enjoyable interactions, reinforcing that your attention is safe and predictable. Environmental adjustments matter too. Provide safe spaces where your cat can retreat, explore, or observe without interruption. High perches, cozy hides, and quiet corners reduce stress and allow them to feel in control. Reducing loud noises, sudden movements, or chaotic interactions also reinforces their sense of safety. Your emotional state and tone of voice play an underrated role in this process. Calm, gentle speech, slow movements, and a relaxed demeanor communicate security and patience, signaling that you are someone who can be trusted rather than a source of tension. Food can also be a trust-building tool when used thoughtfully. Offering treats or meals as moments of positive interaction, rather than conditional or manipulative tools, can strengthen the association between your presence and comfort. Over time, with consistent care, patience, and respect for their natural instincts, your cat will begin to seek your attention again, approaching on their own terms and showing subtle signs of affection. It's a gradual journey, but one that deepens the bond far more meaningfully than any hurried gesture could. By honoring their boundaries, understanding their communication, and fostering a calm, safe environment, you can rebuild a connection that is resilient, joyful, and deeply satisfying for both of you. Every cautious step they take toward you is a sign that trust is returning, and each positive interaction lays the foundation for a lasting, harmonious relationship. Your patience and attentiveness become the bridge that reconnects you, transforming past mistakes into lessons that strengthen your bond. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.